Only a day until Christmas Eve, so it's time to scare your socks off. I'm your host Youssef, and these are 10 scary Christmas urban legends that will ruin your holiday. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Anyways, let's hop in! Number 10. Knecht Ruprecht. Knecht Ruprecht was of German heritage and first appeared in folklore in the 17th century. Knecht Ruprecht, who is regarded as St. Nicholas's partner, is the antithesis of the cheerful giver of gifts. Rather, parents use Knecht Ruprecht as a frightening force to coerce their boys into obeying. It is alleged that Knecht Ruprecht will thrash or abduct youngins if they misbehave. Number 9. Hans Trapp. The story of Hans Trapp, who is of German and French origin, is a little more bizarre than most of these darker tales. Though wealthy, Trapp was viewed as a Scrooge-like character due to his unpleasant nature. He soon gave his soul to the devil and spent the rest of his days in the woods. His evil behavior began to target people, and he is reported to have dressed up as a scarecrow and abducted a young person in the woods with the intention of eating him. At that moment, God intervened and determined that Trapp needed to relax. In classic God manner, how did he settle the dispute? He clearly used a lightning strike to stop Trapp's bad deed. It is now stated that he is working with St. Nicholas in an attempt to atone for his sins. And while wearing his scarecrow costume, he terrifies or coaxes youngins into changing their mischievous behavior. Number 8. Gryla. Starting with Norse mythology from the 13th century, Icelandic folklore presents Gryla as a giantess. Gryla is portrayed as a monstrous beggar-looking huge woman who used to wander the streets, but she begged for people rather than money. It is reported that she would beg parents to give up their misbehaving youngins, so she could bring them back to her house for dinner. The story took place on a Christmas day in the 17th century. These days, Gryla can keep an eye on youngsters all year round to make sure they behave properly. Should they fail to do so, it's believed that on Christmas Eve, rather than receiving presents, her hideous body will whisk them away off to be consumed. Number 7. The Yule Lads. It turns out that Gryla wasn't all that lonely, and judging by the Yule Lads, she wasn't very hungry for her own people either. The Yule Lads are 13 entities with unique names and personalities. It's reported that these boys are notorious for wreaking havoc on disobedient people over the 13 days running up to Christmas. It's stated that if a person places their shoes on their windowsill, they will quickly find out whether the lads think they're good or naughty. While wicked youngins receive potatoes, good youngins receive goodies in their shoes. To be honest though, I wouldn't mind having a potato. You can make fries out of it. Number 6. The Yule Cat. Hey, remember to get your friends and family some new outfits. I'm just giving you a heads up, because the Yule Cat is coming for them if you don't. The story of the Yule Cat who attacks those who don't get clothes for Christmas is another thing from Iceland. This, in my opinion, is how parents can instill in their youngins the value of being thankful when they receive gifts and clothings for Christmas. Number 5. Belsnickel. Belsnickel, who's most recognized for his portrayal by Dwight from The Office, is a gritty, filthy reflection of the big guy himself. Originating in the southwest of Germany, a country that appears to enjoy its quirky Christmas customs, Belsnickel is renowned for bestowing gifts upon virtuous individuals. It is stated that his unkempt and disheveled persona will bestow upon the virtuous almonds, fruits, and tiny pastries resembling cakes concealed within his tattered clothes. However, misbehaving people would get lashed and punished. Number 4. Frau Perchta. Frau Perchta, who is of German, Austrian, and Swiss ancestry, is seen as an elderly hag with a witch's visage and a hunchback. However, in contrast to many other folk tales, this one focuses mostly on the housewives of the family. Clearly, in the past, this was a holiday for women. On the eve of the Epiphany, or January 6th, it is reported that Frau Perchta comes out to inspect homes. If she thinks the house is not clean or well maintained, she will disembowel the head of the household, usually the woman who is in charge of the mess. Number 3. Père Fouettard. Father Whipper is what Père Fouettard is literally translated to from French. You can therefore probably already predict where this may go based on that information. Present giving on December 6th sees Père Fouettard accompanying St. Nicholas in some regions of France, Belgium, and Switzerland. It's only that Père Fouettard doesn't present gifts to deserving boys and girls. Rather, he finds himself carrying out St. Nick's nefarious tasks. Père Fouettard is believed to beat and scatter coal to all the mischievous boys and girls. Number 2, the Tomten. Scandinavian tradition describes the Tomten, also called the Nisse, as a little gnome with a long white beard. It is stated that the Nisse folk visit and inspect homes, farms, and dwellings in the winter, around Christmas. It's stated that every house has one, and farms are usually the major topic of conversation. The Tomten will defend the cattle if the farm is well maintained, or if it is treated nicely, even though it is invisible. The Tomtens lose their temper quickly if they are insulted, if the farm is taken over by a lazy farmer. A Tomten that is enraged may strike someone in the ear or even cause the farm's animals to go missing or die. In other words, be considerate of the Nisse. Number 1, Krampus. Krampus, perhaps the most well-known enemy of the Christmas season, has his roots in folklore from Central Europe. Krampus, who is thought to be a cross between a goat and a demon, is characterized as having 2 horns atop his head, long pointed teeth, and hooves for feet. He is renowned for using terror and suffering to teach misbehaving people a lesson, just like many of the other legends mentioned above. Thanks to the 2015 film that portrayed the demon, Americans are now more familiar with this folklore. Thanks for watching. Those were 10 scary Christmas urban legends that will ruin your holiday. Leave a like and comment if you think we missed anything, and we hope you have a scary day.